Journey to discover the land of a million elephants. Laos, officially the Lao People's Democratic Republic, lies at the center of the Indochina Peninsula and is one of the few landlocked nations in Southeast Asia. Haicham Bamisao ngin square kilometers, similar to the U.S. The country still preserves a pristine landscape that travelers easily notice when moving through its mountains. To the 18th centuries, its central position made Laos an important trade route for caravans from China, Siam, and Burma. The absence of a seaport limits exports, while 30% of the terrain is mountainous, so the country focuses heavily on hydropower. Its GDP is around $1 billion, with a per capita income of more than $600. Many experts believe future trade growth will rely on the cross-border railway network. Laos has nearly 4,000 islands in the Siphandon region, which spans 1,000 square kilometers. Don Andet and Don Con are the most popular islands, drawing hundreds of thousands of visitors yearly. Ecologists consider this area one of the most biodiverse zones in the Mekong Basin. Here travelers can cycle through rural landscapes, swim beneath waterfalls, or kayak in search of the rare Irrawaddy dolphins. These dolphins exist only in Laos and Cambodia, with fewer than 100 remaining. Conservation efforts by the government and international groups include monitoring them using GPS tracking. Visitors should note that from May to October, the rainy season can flood half of the islands. The dry season offers clear sunsets along the river and far more comfortable weather. Laos was established in the 14th century by King Fa Ngum as Lan Sang, the land of a million elephants. Today, fewer than 1,000 elephants survive due to poaching and deforestation. Organizations such as the World Elephant Center and Elephantasia are creating sanctuaries and supporting projects that free elephants from heavy labor. Lao official language and shares most of its vocabulary with Thai, while English and French are widely used in Vientiane's tourism services. Many tribe Vientiane as one of the most peaceful capitals in Southeast Asia. Have you visited the land of a million elephants? If yes, leave a comment with number 1 and share your experience. Taboos in Laos that few people know. The most important rule when visiting Laos is to never touch monks, especially for women. In Lao culture, monks represent purity, so even accidental contact is seen as affecting that purity. If you need to hand something to a monk, it is respectful to ask a man to help. Many even place do not touch monk signs at their entrances to prevent misunderstandings. Public displays of affection are also restricted, or holding hands is generally viewed as inappropriate, and many tour guides warn international visitors at the start of their tours. Tourist police may caution foreign couples if affection becomes excessive. Lao law further states that foreigners in intimate relationships with locals without registering for marriage can be fined up to $9, deported from returning for 1 year. Visitors should avoid shaking hands with women or making teasing remarks, as these are seen as disrespectful. Politeness is essential. It is believed that sleeping with your head toward the door brings bad luck. Walking loudly inside a house is discouraged, since noise is thought to disrupt household harmony. Tapping bowls with chopsticks or spoons is considered rude, and is believed to attract wandering spirits. Still place a small bowl of rice on the table to invite their ancestors, showing how traditional beliefs remain strong. Are still practiced. Cutting hair or shaving on Wednesdays is avoided due to superstition, and Thursdays are considered unlucky for washing hair. In several villages, hunt is viewed as bad luck because the sound is believed to disturb guardian spirits. A survey in Vientiane found that 30% of residents think honking has little benefit in daily life, and some taxi drivers even remove their horns to avoid being seen as disturbing the gods. The silent beauty of Lao women. When villages along the Mekong River, you will see women wearing traditional Sin dresses, whose beauty shines through their smiles and calm eyes. Lao women stay close to nature. They prefer handmade treatments such as saffron, coconut oil, and rice milk. Many still prepare their own conditioners and creams from garden ingredients, a practice handed down through generations. Discreetness and modesty are qualities they learn early, and their gentle appearance creates a sense of warmth. Even preserve traditional skincare recipes used only for major festivals or weddings. Love in Laos is expressed with great subtlety. A small portion of sticky rice or a white thread around the wrist can symbolize affection. In many areas, these thread tied together in the Basi ceremony, a ritual of blessing that binds two souls. Scholars the Basi ceremony as one of the most meaningful traditions of Lao culture because it blends spirituality with community unity. Although Lao women are known as devoted partners, about 30% of women aged 18 to 30 remain unmarried, reflecting shifting values and stricter laws. Foreigners who want to marry a Lao woman must live in the country for at least 3 months and pass a background check. Approval can take months to a year and may be denied if officials suspect insincere intentions. With alien people to balance gender ratio, the government aims to protect women from fake marriages. Since hangin komtramui, many human trafficking cases disguised as international marriages have been uncovered. Victims are often taken to China or Malaysia and forced into labor. Radio Asia reports that Laos rescues around Motram Nami victims annually and prosecutes nearly born Trum foreigners. Border provinces have expanded media campaigns to warn young women, and new vocational schools now teach sewing, handicrafts, and food processing so they can build stable livelihoods at home. The most resilient country in Southeast Asia. Lao people are considered one of the most resilient peoples in Southeast Asia. They have continuously resisted invasions from Thailand and Myanmar for more than 400 years, even when the country was under French rule. One of the most talked about events is the battle at Bolivan Plateau. Armed with only spears and a few old guns, Numtram Lao people held out for Bami days against a force of hanging well-equipped French soldiers. France was forced to send an additional Saongin troops to retake the site. Locals say that Bolivan is not only famous for its coffee, but also for the spirit of the fallen. Still keep bullet fragments as a reminder of their ancestor sacrifice. As the war in Vietnam spread, Laos became a silent battlefield. Molinam young men, only born or 15 years old, volunteered to take up arms and go to war. In the Riemann over 20 years old still pounded rice, sewed clothes, and delivered food to the front lines day and night. Even organized groups of women who cooked and milled rice to continuously supply supplies, despite the constant danger. From 1964 to 1973, Laos became the country most heavily bombed in human history. More than 2 million tons of bombs were dropped on the country, nearly double the amount dropped on Germany and Japan in World War I. On average, an American plane flew over every 8 minutes and bombed day and night. Sing Khawang province and Thakik region were so severely damaged that many areas of land were still uncultivable. Some areas still had bomb craters so large that people used them as ponds to store water during the dry season. Were extremely severe. About 30 million unexploded bombs are still scattered across forests, fields, and even under houses. Since 1975, more than 2 million people have been killed or injured by bombs and mines. Them children. Many children pick up cluster bombs and play with them, thinking they are toys, leading to tragic accidents. In hanging Komtram Muisao, US President Barack Obama became the first sitting US president to visit Laos. He pledged $1 million in aid to clear unexploded bombs and mines. However, the cost of clearing all the bombs is estimated at 1.6 billion. With capacity clear about 100,000 bombs a year, it would take Laos more than 10 years to completely clean up. Some brought in drone technology and remote sensing devices to assist. But the danger level for the clearance team is still very high. The dark side of traditional Lao marriage. Before becoming husbands and fathers, traditional Lao men must undergo a period of monastic life. This is one of the oldest religious customs in the land of 1 million elephants. Ancient beliefs before entering marriage, a man must stay in a temple for at least 3 months to cultivate his morality and character. The time spent in the temple is not only a ritual, but also a journey to help them learn how to be a human being. Here they shave their heads, chant sutras, practice meditation, and learn about karma. Monks teach them about patience, how to treat others, and the role of fidelity in the family. This is seen as an important preparation for a man to become a responsible husband. Some monks also require them to take part in caring for the elderly in the temple to practice empathy and perseverance. If they the period of monastic life, the bride's family may consider the man immature and unworthy of marriage. For Lao people, desire is seen as the cause of suffering. They believe that men can keep their souls pure, build a stable family life, and bring blessings to their children, is gradually fading. Many young people believe that success comes from education and career rather than time spent in the temple. Some social researchers warn that as this tradition disappears, young people also lose the opportunity to practice emotional control. Some universities in Vientiane have even included meditation in their soft skills programs to partially replace the role of the old tradition. Domestic violence in Laos is becoming a worrying situation. According to statistics from the United Nations Population Fund and the World Bank, nearly 90% of Lao women have experienced physical or mental abuse. More than 40% say their husbands or partners are the perpetrators. In many rural areas, violence is still seen as a private matter for each family. Women often remain silent for fear of losing their honor or because they believe that patience will maintain harmony. This prevents victims from seeking help. In response to this situation, the Lao government has taken concrete steps. In 2021, a national hotline for women and children was established to provide emergency advice and support. The Ministry of Health also opened specialized centers to care for both the physical and mental health of victims. Some also offer handicraft classes, such as weaving and pottery, to help women become financially independent, thereby making it easier to escape toxic relationship. Some Lar Vientiane also offer free meditation classes for traumatized women. This is a blend of religion and psychotherapy, helping them find peace. Public awareness campaigns were spread with the slogan, "When one person speaks up, hundreds are freed." And thanks to such efforts, more and more women dared to stand up and seek justice for themselves. The dark side of drinking culture in Laos. Laos is currently considered the country with the highest per capita consumption of sticky rice in the world, averaging about 171 kg per year. This figure reflects not only the culinary tradition, but also the unique cultural habits of the people. Sticky rice appears every day and almost replaces white rice. This dish is popular not only because of its taste, but also because of its connection to the drinking culture of the Lao people. Laotian rice wine, or Lao Lao, a traditional wine that is hundreds of years old, born before beer. The wine is made from sticky rice, naturally fermented and distilled in earthen jars. The wine has a least spicy and quite smooth taste, with an alcohol concentration of 40 degrees, stronger than Thai whiskey but easier to drink than Korean soju. On a Lao person over 15 years old drinks about 10 liters of pure alcohol per year. More than 40% of that is homemade. Men consume about 33 liters, while women about 12 liters. These figures place Laos among the top drinking nations in Southeast Asia. However, more than half of all traffic accidents are alcohol-related, with a fatality rate of 16 per 100,000 people. About 1/8 of the adult population also suffers from liver problems due to regular alcohol consumption. While traditional alcohol is closely linked to culture, Beer Lao has become a modern icon. The brand has been highlighted by Beer Advocate, Rate Beer, and Time magazine. CNN Travel and BBC Travel have also called it a must-try beer in Southeast Asia. Beer Lao uses hops and yeast imported from Germany and local jasmine rice for a natural aroma. Not too bitter or sweet, suitable for even those who rarely drink beer. Beer Lao is exported to about 90 countries such as the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia. According to WHO, the average alcohol consumption per capita in Laos in 2022 is 10,4 liters per year, global average. More worryingly, about 14% of children under 15 have ever consumed alcohol. More than half all deaths in Laos are related to diseases such as cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and cancer, most of which are caused by drinking habits. Each year, government spends about 1% of GDP to deal with the consequences, while revenue from Beer Lao contributes only 1.2% of GDP. In response, the government increased the excise tax from 20% to 100% and launched education programs and media campaigns to reduce alcohol abuse, focusing especially on adolescents and students. Discover the Kingdom of Waterfalls. Laos is known as the Kingdom of Waterfalls. possessing more than Borneo Islands and hundreds of large and small waterfalls flowing into the Mekong River. The most prominent is Huon Phafing Waterfall in Champasak Province. The waterfall is 20 meters high, nearly 10 kilometers long and 9 kilometers wide. The average flow reaches 11,000 cubic meters of water per second, more than 3 times stronger than Niagara Falls in the dry season. In the rainy season, this number increases to 14,000 cubic meters per second, enough to sweep away iron ships weighing tens of tons. This area is always the point where ships have to stop, making the Mekong River unable to flow to the sea. In the 19th century, the French found a way to the dangerous river section by a temporary kilometer-long railway to transport ships around the waterfall. Traces of Laos' first railway line still remain on Don Det Island. The government has boosted tourism infrastructure in Champasak, expanding the marina, sightseeing routes and resorts, helping the area welcome more than 250,000 visitors each year. The water also home to the Mekong's ant catfish, the world's largest freshwater fish, which can grow to 2 meters long and weigh 3 kilograms. Wolf warns that the wild population is now down to less than 1. Leaving the Champasak lowlands, the journey takes you to the Bolavan Plateau at an altitude of more than 1,000 meters with rainfall of 2 to 4, double the national average. The rich red basalt soil here produces premium Arabica coffee beans. The Tad Fangal twin waterfalls pour down from the Champi and Pakut rivers, creating 2 meter high columns of water that pour into a meter deep canyon. The year-round mist keeps the rainforest lush. Tad Phane Waterfall is located in the Donghua Sao Nature Reserve, which covers more than 1,000 square kilometers and is home to more than 20 bird species, Bami bat species, and many rare orchid species. Access to the waterfall requires a nearly kilometer trek through the forest or a 9 meter zipline at a height of Batram, which was voted by Lonely Planet as one of the best zipline experiences in Asia in Hangin Khomtram Haimi Ba. The Lavan people living around Bolavan still maintain many ancient customs. They brew rice wine in earthenware jars, weave cloth by the stream, and hold an annual rain praying ceremony. Tad Phane is not only a beautiful landscape, but also a place where the souls of their ancestors reside. The 2 waterfalls symbolize love and the connection between heaven and earth. The mystery of Borntram undiscovered caves. Vat Phao Temple in Champasak is a remarkable testament to Lao history. It sits on the slopes of Mount Phao Khao, 6 km from the Mekong River, and was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in Hangin Khomcham Lingmo. It was built in the 11th century on the site of an ancient Hindu temple from the south of Say-na, Drykim of Chenla. Vat Phao was once the most important religious center in southern Laos. A Haim Shamihai archaeological report noted the remains of more than 4 outbuildings and the possibility of a 10 meter deep underground sacrificial chamber. In Hangin Khomcham Haimi Ba, UNESCO Bade scanning technology discovered more than 2 meters of previously unrecorded sandstone walls. When night falls and mist covers the rainforest, locals believe it is a sign of the stone goddess appearing. Some visitors have reported hearing a sound like a bell even though the area is completely deserted. It is sometimes difficult to know whether the sound you hear is a real bell or an echo of the past. The journey continues to Tham Kong Law Cave in Khamuan, Batram 20 kilometers from Vientiane. The cave is 9 kilometers long with an average ceiling height of 1 meters, where the Nam Hinbound underground river flows through limestone mountains. The boat trip takes nearly 2 hours in darkness so thick you can't see your hands. A Haingikam geological study by the University of Laos estimated the cave system to be more than Haitram. Stalactites and stalagmites naturally glow, making the space look like an underground cathedral. National Geographic once described it as Asia's hidden wonder. The cave is home to at least 10 species of blind fish, 10 species of bats, and more than 40 unnamed endemic insects. As the Phao Hin Pound limestone forest, which covers more than 1,000 Tamtram square kilometers, with population of less than 1 person per square kilometer. The Kamu people call it Pafi, meaning ghost forest. According to a Hangin Khomcham Haimitu survey, the area still has about 4 caves, but only 10% have been mapped. Thick fog covers many caves deeper than 1 meters all year round, yet to be explored. In the forest, there are bomb fragments and shells from the war. The Camoblet each cave is where the souls of their ancestors reside, and anyone passing by must keep quiet to avoid disturbing them. If you have the chance to come here, would you dare to step into that darkness, where nature still whispers in the language of time? Nightlife in Laos. The lights from riverside caves reflect on the water, where locals and tourists enjoy the scenery. Chat and sip Lao rice wine or a cup of strong coffee. The cool air slows down the pace of life, creating a scene that is rare in Southeast Asian capitals. A city recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site since 1995. Rows of lanterns light up Sisavang Vong Street, creating a lively yet peaceful atmosphere. Traditional music performances, Lam Vong dances, and cane music make viewers feel like they are returning to ancient times. Whether in Vientiane or Luang Prabang, Laos nightlife is gentle and profound. Is a familiar destination, open from around Numpim Tomui or Mui Mot Pim, attracting hundreds of tourists every night. Users can enjoy spicy papaya salad, charcoal grilled Lao sausages, sticky rice, and hand-roasted coffee. A Hangum Haimitu survey by the Lao Tourism Authority found that 72% of international visitors considered nightlife their favorite experience in the country. Lao people often eat late and spend time chatting with friends. In Vientiane, small riverside bars like Viva Pub, Room Mot Tram Ling Mot or Warm Up Bar serve acoustic music and light cocktails until around midnight. Entertainment establishments in the capital are regulated to only operate until midnight to ensure security. In Luang Prabang, folk music is performed almost every night. Visitors can enjoy the cane or watch traditional dances at local cultural centers. Night here has a strong artistic and spiritual element, not leaning towards the hustle and bustle but towards peace and community cohesion. There are still small and discreet red light districts located in economic zones near the border. There are almost no sensitive activities at night because people especially respect traditions and keep the environment safe. In terms of security, Laos is one of the safest countries in the region. According to Biohangin Komtram 22 data, Vientiane's night safety index is 73 points, higher than Bangkok or Phnom Penh. The central streets are often patrolled by police and the people are very friendly. Visitors should still keep an eye on personal belongings and avoid walking in deserted areas after Mui Mot Pim. Fest tourist destinations. Nestled in the lush forests of southern Laos, Wat Phao is an ancient Khmer temple in Champasak province. It was built in the Mui Mot Tehat century on the slopes of Phao Khao Mountain, which rises about 1,000 meters. Archaeologists believe the mountain was chosen because its natural shape evokes the Lingaparvata symbol, a sacred image representing Shiva in ancient Hindu culture. Wat Phao was recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site in Hangin Komtram Lingmot and is the only intact Khmer structure in Laos. The entire complex stretches over Mot Phai-born kilometers and is divided into 3 levels, connected by Mot Tram Haimui ancient stone steps leading from the plain to the main hall. When nights and mist rolls down from the mountainside, the locals believe the place is still inhabited by spirits. The journey takes you to the 4,000 Islands region, also known as Sifandon. This is where river splits into hundreds of branches spanning 10,000 kilomet, creating the largest river island complex in Southeast Asia. Khon Phafing Falls is located in the center of the area, nearly 10 kilomet long, 21 met high, and has an average flow of 11 cubic meters per second. This number increases to nearly 14 cubic meters per second, stronger than Niagara Falls. Visitors can encounter the rare Irrawaddy dolphin, although their population is currently only about 10 individuals. Nearby is Li Phi Falls, called Devil's Falls by Lao people because of the violent whirlpools. Thick beliefs, the souls of the deceased will pass through this place before leaving the mortal world. Not far these waterfalls is Tham Kong Lo Cave in Cam Yuan Province, one of Laos' most famous natural wonders. Here the Nam Hin bound underground river flows through a Baifei 9 kilomet long limestone mountain. The ceiling is Mocham Haimi meters high and nearly Mocham meters wide. Flashlights reflect off the water, creating a magical scene. Geologists estimate that this cave system was formed more than 1 million years ago and continues to expand each year due to water flow. Unsolved mysteries. In northern Laos, nearly 400 kilometers from the capital, Vientiane, there is a place that has intrigued the world, the plain in jars in Siang Khoang province. On the gentle hills, more than 2,000 large stone blocks are scattered like relics of time. Each Jiaoyin 1 and 3 meters high, weighs between 1 and 10 tons, and was hand-carved more than 2,000 years ago. Locals believe that this place was once a burial site for cursed kings, whose souls were buried upright so that they could not leave the ground. Say they saw mysterious lights appear in 1996 and 2011 before disappearing. Scientists believe that the phenomenon could be caused by bioluminescence or reflection from the phosphorus-rich soil, but there is no confirmed evidence. The faint patterns on the rocks are also mysterious. Carbon dating by Lao Institute of Archaeology in 2023 show that many of the stone jars date back to around 900 BC, more than 2,500 years ago. Some ends resemble ancient Indian funerary symbols, while others resemble those on Dongsan bronze drums. More than 90 sites have been confirmed, but the reason the jars are located at altitudes ranging from 800 to over 1,200 meters is still unclear. Pottery fragments, glass beads, and iron tools, suggesting that the site once belonged to a vanished civilization. Not far from there is the Phao Hin Pound Forest, which the Khmer people regard as a gateway to the spirit world. Legend that each ancient tree is home to a sacrificed warrior, and when it gets dark, no one go deep into the forest. Locals say that the forest sometimes glows faintly even when there is no moon. Biologists have suggested that bioluminescent microorganisms could be responsible, but a 2018 Australian survey failed to find a consistent source of light. The GEPS also lost signal after going more than 10 kilometers, forcing the team to turn back due to concerns about magnetic interference. UNESCO recognized the Plain of Jars as a World Heritage Site in 2018. Only 3 of the 11 archaeological sites are open to visitors because the rest are still littered with landmines from the war. This site is not only a heritage site but also a boundary between two worlds, where history and legend meet. Famous dishes in Laos. Lap, also known as larb, has always been considered a signature dish of Lao cuisine. Chicken, duck or fish, then mixed with roasted rice flour, fish sauce, lime, chili, and many local herbs. Indic concept lap appears during bunpamay and weddings because the word lap represents prosperity and luck. People believe that eating lap at beginning of the new year will bring health and a good start. Another typical dish is mok pa, a dish of fish steamed in banana leaves that shows the sophistication of Lao cuisine. Dished with lemongrass, garlic, onions, chili, and many herbs, then wrapped and steamed until tender. This cooking method not only retains all the nutrients but also reduces fat, which is considered suitable for a healthy diet by WHO. When the banana leaf is opened, the aroma rises and mixes with the smell of fish, creating your dish in family meals and at traditional restaurants. Lao cuisine is also associated with a daring exploration of natural ingredients. Mountainous regions. People often eat insects such as caterpillars, scorpions, crickets, or fried spiders. According to Phao data in 2022, more than 60% of rural Lao people eat insects at least once a month. Even eat them raw, believing it helps increase energy and reduce disease. Animal organs are also familiar in cooking. Tenderloin or raw stomach are often mixed with lime, chili, and herbs, creating a dish with a strong, spicy taste. This the habit of making the most of food obtained from livestock or hunting. Among spices, padek is considered the soul of Lao flavor. This is tash sauce fermented from freshwater fish, salt, and roasted rice, then aged in earthen jars for several months. Bana, the Lao Ministry of Agriculture, shows that padek has 30% more protein than Thai fish sauce and contains many good bacteria for. The papaya salad Tam Mak Hung also uses padek as the main ingredient to create a unique flavor. At the end of the meal, Lao people often choose a dessert made from herbs. This ice cream is made from coconut lime leaves, lemongrass, and condensed milk, creating a naturally sweet and cool taste. In Luang Prabang, many shops so use butterfly pea flowers to create a beautiful purple-blue color, making the ice cream an interesting combination of tradition and modernity. Number Miba. Unique festivals that tourists should know. Lao people believe that each season has a guardian deity. And festivals are a way for them to express their gratitude to nature and their ancestors. Bumbi or Water Festival is the most important event of the year. Iparibata Muy Sao, people across the country splash water on each other to ward off bad luck and welcome good luck. Temperatures can reach up to 30 degrees Celsius, so this activity also helps cool down. The Spring Queen procession attracts large crowds, while in Vientiane, Buddha bathing rituals and parades take place at many major temples. In May, Baon Bang Phai marks the time to pray for rain. Zant bamboo firecrackers are launched into the sky to send a prayer to the rain god. The firecrackers are up to 20 meters high and can fly more than 9 kilometers. Puppet shows and folk songs are also held to pray for good crops. August is the time for Baon Khao Padadan, when people pay respect to their ancestors and heroes. They bring offerings to pagodas early in the morning, while monks go begging for alms in the air filled with the scent of flowers and chanting. In the 10th lunar month, the rainy season ends with the Baon Ok Phansa festival. The whole country is lit up as tens of thousands of flower boats float on the Mekong River. In Vientiane alone, the strip of light stretching more than 10 kilometers is seen as a blessing for the new crop and for the souls of. In the northern mountainous regions, Baon Khao Salak takes place with a ritual to worship the forest god. People pray for health, peace, and a favorable harvest. Village wear traditional costumes, offer offerings and sing ancient folk songs in the Khmu and Hmong languages. The Sao Phong Festival of Ethnic Minority Communities is an opportunity to introduce the cultural identity of the highlands. Activities such as bamboo dancing, boat racing, and weaving demonstrations take place year-round. According to the Lao Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism, in 2022, there are more than 100 festivals held annually. Each festival showcases the cultural diversity and gratitude of the Lao people to heaven and earth. Travel tips for tourists. When you arrive in Laos, you will quickly find that the public transport system is still quite simple. Especially in the mountains or near the border, bus and road routes are not conveniently connected. If you plan to travel long distances, you should prepare your vehicle early and book tickets from reputable transport companies to avoid situations of running out of vehicles or unexpected price increases. Such as Phong Sali or Loang Namtha, electricity and mobile signals are often unstable, sometimes even completely lost. Spare batteries, flashlights, and the mentality of being prepared for a few days without internet will make your trip more comfortable. In Laos still plays an important role. People live close to nature and often support each other in daily life. You should respect local customs, ask permission before taking photos, and avoid giving cash to children. Being polite will help you get a warm welcome and have a more memorable experience. Due to the many rivers and streams, boats are a popular means of transport, but they are not always safe. In remote areas, many boats are not properly maintained or lack life jackets. You should check the condition of the boat and always carry a life jacket to protect yourself. Rural areas of Laos still have limited medical facilities. If you are injured or feel unwell, finding a suitable place to receive treatment can take a long time. Prepare your personal medication, note down the addresses of the nearest medical centers before traveling to remote areas. In Vientiane and Luang Prabang in particular, some international hospitals provide medical services for tourists. Details in case of an emergency. Finally, remember that Laos is a country full of colorful Buddhist festivals. During occasions like Pai Mai or That Luang, transport and tourism services may be suspended or significantly reduced. Checking the festival calendar in advance will help you plan your itinerary accordingly. Number 15. Cost of living in Laos. If you are planning to stay in Laos for a long time or want to live here, it is important to research the cost of living before you start your journey. In Luang Prabang, the two largest centers of the country, the cost of living varies depending on the area and lifestyle. Rents for a one-bedroom apartment in the center are usually between $300 and $450 per month. Quieres around $150 to $250, and many houses retain traditional architecture, suitable for those who want to be close to nature. Local transportation is quite simple. Tuk-tuks are popular, costing $150 to $1 for short trips. Motorbikes cost us $5 to us $10 per day to rent, and used ones cost around us $4 to us $6. Gasoline costs around us $1.20 per liter. Taxis and ride-hailing services operate mainly in Vientiane and Luang Prabang, costing $2 to $3 per trip. Car rent $3 to $4 per day, but Laos mountain passes require experienced drivers. Food costs are relatively low. Buying fresh food from the market will only cost you about $30 to $40 per month. Locals bring homegrown vegetables and fish caught from the Mekong River to the market each morning. Eating out is also very cheap, with street food costing $1.50 and local restaurant food from $3 to $6. Popular dishes include sticky rice, larb, and papaya salad. In term utilities, electricity, water, and internet are usually in the $30 to $50 range. Fast internet packages cost $15 to $20. Here, stay longer. Signing up for a fixed plan with Unitel or Lao Telecom will be more economical. You should prepare small expenses such as garbage fees or some necessary administrative fees. Although not large, they affect the monthly budget. The total cost of living for a single person in Laos averages between $450 and $650 per month. Living frugally can cost as little as $350. But if you travel and explore frequently, the spending can reach $500. According to Numbeo, the cost of living in Laos is about 25% lower than in Thailand and half that of Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh, making it an attractive destination for expats who want to live simply and be close to Southeast Asian culture